Future Leaders is a unique training opportunity and a personal development journey for young artists and emerging artists aged 13 to 25. The project is for young artists who are coming from a music background, primarily in percussion and drumming, dance and visual arts. And what we hope through the Future Leaders course of time with them is that they can use all of the different workshops, social time, inspirational speakers and so on to take different things with them to take home and develop their skills away from the course so that by the end they feel like they're in a better position to deliver their own work. Myself, Leon and Iraldo had a conversation sort of in passing years and years ago about a project which we now know is Future Leaders. And it was about wanting to pass on skills to the next generation, so we wanted to make sure that we were investing back into passing on what we know and bringing together other artists to share their journeys and inspiration. This year for 2015 we're joined by 40 young people from the UK and 7 international students as well.
One of the best things about it is to work with new people, with different people, and learn a lot with everyone.
I am doing it so when I go back home I can teach, make up my own dances, put together and still tell about different cultures.
Well, other than the fact that I'm learning a lot, like I'm learning so many things really fast, not just like art but also percussion, music, culture, people and business, and it's nice to be able to learn all those things under one place.
Which has been quite interesting coming from like a non-percussion background because it's like been quite full on with all the drumming and stuff, but I'm really learning a lot and I'm hoping that even though I'm not a drummer, I can still apply it to my own thing.
At first I was very nervous, like didn't know like how people were going to react around me, so I was quite shy, but then I've grown to like know people and I've spoke to people and they have the same interest as me, so it's not actually scary as I thought it would be.
Before I joined Future Leaders, I was really nervous about being an older person on the course because I'm 23 and I know the age range goes from 13 to 25. But after the first few days, age hasn't become an issue really anymore. Everybody's just become a little family together and it's been really lovely to socialise with the younger ones and the older ones.
All the music we're doing is really good, and we had a meeting today about marketing that was really interesting, about your personal brand, and we've had people coming in just telling you not how to be an artist, but how being an artist has transformed their lives and given them like a purpose.
So far I've met some of the most amazing musicians I've ever seen. Pete Moser just played all the instruments and he just really taught you about composition. And then we met John Kelsey, who just blew my mind with his doll percussion.
The people that they have here are first-hand experience. You know, they're guys and women that have been out there, they've been in the industry, they know what it's like.
I like to give them support because I'm on my way out and they're on the way in, and it's going to be great. You know, there's people coming along afterwards and taking this further and building it on. It's just passing a baton on, isn't it?
I was asked to come down and talk a bit about my experience of how I got into the arts, working professionally in the arts, as somebody who comes from a working class background.
When I was 14, I joined a project very similar to Future Leaders, and here I am in England right now. So I just want to spread that passion, life experience I had, and just to make sure they will follow that passion, because it's very important to have the support. Sometimes they have all the passion, the energy, but not the tools.
I think this is what this program is doing so brilliantly. It's just giving them, it's a bit of a taster session, and hopefully a good percentage of these people will be interested, and hopefully my organization and other organizations will give them opportunity after opportunity, and some of them in 10 years' time will be able to lead large-scale community events.
I've been involved in Future Leaders for 2 years now, and what I've begun to see is the fruits of the labour, which I think is the most important thing. To see students that I had come to the last course, the first course that I did, now are progressing with their music, especially because that's my area of specialisation, but to see them getting on and becoming more confident people, that's really the crux of what's so important about Future Leaders, is development.
I recently completed a study trip to Brazil, where I was over there for 4 months, and it definitely wouldn't have even been on my mind or on the cards if it wasn't for the Future Leaders course to begin with. And I really think it's helped me to grow as a person, and it really is thanks to the brilliant work of the Future Leaders team.
I feel like the main difference is this year, the fact that there's so much more this year. Like they've got some stuff from Africa, there's some doll drum stuff from India. Like the dancers were doing hip hop, and like, where did this come from? Because that's not at all what I did. But I was speaking to Holly, one of the leaders, and she was like, well, we realised that Global Grooves mostly do Brazilian carnival, and they kind of owe it to the young people to show everything.
And so this year the course is technically longer. We've got much more opportunity for collaboration. So one thing we talked a lot about was how to combine the drummers, the dancers, the artists, how they can work together in different groups, how they can design their own project and create something original.
That was amazing, like really amazing. To watch certain people like progress over the weeks and months and stuff, to perform this now and lead it and stand in front of loads of people and go mental, it's really nice to see.
The piece I led was a Maraca funk, so it's a combination of traditional Maraca 2 rhythms from Brazil and funk, and we just got inspiration, like one of the people from the previous Future Leaders, Eve, had mentioned that we should do a stop, so we just added it in. It was so fun!
I asked if I could do like a solo. I had an idea of a butterfly growing from a cocoon, and because the musician, the guy was playing the piano for my solo was so good, he literally just thought, you know what, I've got this song, I know how to play it on the keyboard, on the piano, how would you feel about it? Listen to it, and then we kind of just fed off each other.
Now I've had some time being involved with Future Leaders and Global Grooves, I'm really personally beginning to see the progress that the whole ethos is beginning to make. If you want to see young people enjoying themselves with lots of energy, with lots of smiles on their face, with amazing creative people, then I suggest that you support everything that they're doing.
I would say things like this are invaluable in that they really provide an opportunity for young people to not only experience something different but to learn new skills in a platform where they can also contribute, so they can share with other people what they know.
The thing I like about Future Leaders is it's led by people who've been on the same journey as the people who are taking part in it and starting on that journey themselves. So if we're going to give young people a kickstart to getting involved in a career in the arts, I think Future Leaders is a perfect way of doing that.
I think this is an excellent example of the value of giving time and space and supporting the interests and passions of young people, rather than forcing them through a knowledge-based curriculum just to kind of pass exams.
I remember sort of being at university and writing lots of essays and things and kind of coming out and going, well, how do I apply this to my work? And this project has allowed me to do that.
What I've learned about leadership and running workshops and projects, all the stuff that I've learned in the past like 4 days, it's probably what I'd have to have spent 6 years learning if I'd just gone out and tried to do it.
And now everything just seems a lot more realistic. All of these kind of dreams that I've had about making it my life seem like they could happen now, and it's just an amazing experience.
If you want some time out from the world and to learn and to better yourself, make yourself stronger, Future Leaders is the place.